worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, a man is accused of ditching illegal drugs as police move in to make an arrest.
Plus, a group of Herman parents is demanding action over books found in a school's library.
And a Steuben woman shares her personal story of what it's like to live with a rare neurological disorder.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us this morning. We'll have those stories and a lot more coming up. But first, a check of the forecast. Looks like it's going to be kind of a dreary start to the day today. Otherwise, just kind of an overcast day. But be careful as you're heading out this morning. It's really not that cold. I guess it depends on where you are. It was like above freezing here in Bangor, so I don't think there's any concern about slippery conditions or anything like that.
Right.
But it could be different where you are, too.
I know, and it may change tomorrow.
Yeah, wintry mix on the way.
Right. Devin Diggs has the forecast.
All righty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. We made it over to Wednesday. We're waking up to some dense fog in a few areas this morning, especially in the Bar Harbor and Bangor area. Here we are waking up to some areas that are less than a mile of visibility in some areas, especially further off towards the north. We do have some advisories up. Winter weather advisories actually up because we're going to be watching another wintry mess that'll be moving in. These advisories will expire at the noon time frame as we head towards your Thursday, with a small crab advisory up until 4 p.m. on Friday. And just in the northern parts of the state this morning, outside of our viewing area, there's a dense fog advisory up near the Presque Isle area, so they're dealing with some fog as well this morning as for us. Otherwise, though, we are seeing some precipitation moving in, some rain this morning. We'll keep that going for a while, but the rain will be backing off as the day progresses on. We will remain mostly cloudy, though, but maybe a few peaks of sunshine as the clouds break out from time to time. But the general idea here with this system is rain this morning will catch a break, then another wave of moisture moves in later on as we head towards tomorrow. As for the winds, not a big deal at all, mainly at around 5, maybe up to 10 miles per hour, but more gusty winds on the way, especially as we head towards Thursday along the coast. So again, moving forward, here's Futurecast again, all this morning precipitation out of here. But later on this evening and early Thursday morning, our next round of precipitation moves in with a wintry mix possible with other areas that will see mainly snow across these parts. But moving forward for this morning in the afternoon period, some rain early on, otherwise becoming mostly cloudy, maybe some peaks of sunshine. Temperatures reaching for the 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you, Devin. Well, Brewer police have arrested a man for drug furnishing in a drug-free zone. According to Brewer police, 2 officers spotted 37-year-old Abraham Frederick, who had 2 active warrants for his arrest. The officers approached Frederick on Renfred Street and told him to stop. Police say that's when Frederick began reaching inside his pants and allegedly threw packaged drugs onto the roof of an apartment building as the officers approached him. They say he was taken into custody after a brief struggle. The officers used a ladder to retrieve the drugs, which tested positive for fentanyl. The incident occurred directly across from a playground on a Brewer Housing Authority property. It was approximately 90 feet from a sign that posted the area as a drug-free zone, which calls for enhanced penalties for drug trafficking. Frederick is now charged with aggravated furnishing drugs, refusing to submit to arrest, and falsifying physical evidence. He was also booked on the 2 outstanding warrants.
An Oakland man is accused of holding up a convenience store in Waterville. 35-year-old Justin Murphy was arrested late Monday and charged with robbery and theft. According to the Morning Sentinel, the Circle K store on Kennedy Memorial Drive was robbed around 1:45 Monday morning. Murphy is now being held at the Kennebec County Jail.
The trial for a 19-year-old Waterville man accused of alleged ISIS-inspired plan is to conduct a violent attack in Chicago has now been postponed. Xavier Pelkey was indicted on charges of conspiracy to provide material support to terrorists and possession of unregistered destructive devices. The trial was originally scheduled to begin yesterday with jury selection, but was postponed after the government provided additional discovery pertaining to the conspiracy to provide material support to terrorists. Both the defense and prosecution agreed to a postponement until February 7th to allow them to work with the new evidence.
We've had some challenging weather lately, and many areas are dealing with flooding. Take a look at this picture from Fort Fairfield Police Department's Facebook page. According to Chief Matthew Cummings, North Caribou Road remains closed because of floodwaters across the road. He asks that people obey the signs and do not try to cross the waters. Cummings says that the water is starting to recede a bit, but the road is still not passable.
They've received a lot more snow and ice than we have up in northern Maine.
Absolutely.
Well, concerned parents and citizens are calling for an update to the Herman school system's policy on which books are or are not allowed inside the library. We met with two of the parents to discuss what policies they would like to see in place. Devin Dagnall has the story.
A group of parents in the town of Herman have taken issue with many of the titles in the Herman middle and high school libraries. After a brief overview of the content of the books, the group has now accumulated a list of 83 titles that contain what they call explicit sexual and erotic content.
Unfortunately, it's exposing kids to things that a 13-year-old and a 14-year-old really isn't meant to be reading or watching or listening to.
Danielle Haggerty no longer has any children who attend any of the Herman schools, but she is still in full support of the school's policy being changed. Haggerty says that there needs to be new policies put in place that restrict the sexual content children are exposed to.
That's what we're trying to do, is look at this content just like we would look at TV, would look at the radio, and look at it to see, does this enhance the life of our children? And so far we're finding there are a fair number of books that it does not.
Regina Leonard, a local parent, says that she and other community members think it would be best to remove books from the high school library containing sexual content that would not be suitable for 13 and 14-year-olds at the oldest. However, Leonard says that they don't want to necessarily ban any of the books that are deemed inappropriate under the new policy.
The rating system is based on sexual content within the books. It's not that we're looking at banning any books or a specific genre of books or gender or sexuality. It just is based on sexual content.
We reached out to Micah Grant, the superintendent of schools, and he said he isn't aware of any challenged materials in the schools and that they have not received any challenges to books this year. For ABC 7 and Fox 22, Devin Dagnall.
Are challenging their town's limit on the number of cruise ship passengers allowed to disembark. In November, Bar Harbor voters approved a limit of 1,000 incoming passengers per day to the popular tourist destination. The federal lawsuit filed last week contends the limit is, quote, draconian and arbitrary, unquote, and violates the Constitution and maritime law. Town officials expected a lawsuit over the ordinance, which was adopted by town voters who say they are fed up with congestion.
Well, Waldo County has a new sheriff. A swearing-in ceremony was held yesterday morning for Sheriff Jason Trundy, as well as Chief Deputy Matthew Curtis. During the ceremony, a retirement badge was also presented to former Sheriff Jeffrey Trafton. Family and friends and fellow law enforcement attended the ceremony. Jason Trundy was elected sheriff by voters back in November. Congratulations to both of them. Congratulations to Jeff Trafton, too. He was once a state police trooper years ago before serving as sheriff, and I went on a number of drug busts with him and got to know him well way back in the day. Before we all got gray and that kind of thing. So,
Yes. Well, good for him. I'm glad. I hope retirement treats him well.
Yeah.
Well, the time now is 6:08. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, a woman from Stew Bend shares what it's like to live with the same condition that's impacting a famous singer.
But first, a check of our forecast. Looks like today we can expect a little rain this morning. It will be messy later on. The high, though, today was around 40 degrees. The wintry mix moves in late today into tomorrow. Tomorrow could be slippery at this time. The highs tomorrow, right around 28 degrees.
Do you have leaky pipes? Are you planning a plumbing job? Is your heating system working right? Are you designing a plumbing project? Then contact Harley's Plumbing and Heating Plus.
If your toilet will not flush, Harley will be there in a rush. Furnace bit the dust today. Harley crew is on the way. Harley Plumbing, Harley Heating. 990-2200.
Call now.
Harley!
Call or visit online.
For the best selection in classic and contemporary furnishings, stop by Richard Parks Furniture on High Street in Ellsworth. Handcrafted New England-made bedrooms and dining rooms, imported Scandinavian recliners and upholstery, more than 40 lines of furniture for the home and patio. Richard Parks Furniture is your #1 stop for quality, functionality, and well-designed furniture at affordable prices. Richard Parks Furniture.
Discover Richard Parks.
132 High Street in Ellsworth.
Discover Richard Parks.
What's the least sexy thing your wife has ever worn in the bedroom?
Granny panties, Steve.
Don't miss Family Feud.
Weekdays at 9 on ABC 7.
You believe
The defendant mistreated this horse.
She had beat him with the training flag.
Have you ever thrown a grain pan at a horse?
She ripped on his face with a stud chain to the point that he was bleeding.
Hot Bench. Wednesday at 3 on ABC 7.
After world-famous singer Celine Dion revealed in December that she'd been diagnosed with stiff person syndrome, a Steuben woman is sharing her story of what it's like living with a rare neurological condition. Our Matthew Juronsik has the story.
It's like there was a nail down through my foot, and I was literally, and someone had put a nail through my foot, and I was stuck.
Over a short period of time, Steuben resident Denise Huntington went from enjoying nature with her husband to being transferred to a hospital and not being able to move.
I went into the bedroom to take off my top and change, and all of a sudden I went over by the bed, and he had gone out of the room, and I said, Herb, is my husband's name, I can't move.
According to the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke, affiliated with the National Institute of Health, stiff person syndrome is a rare neurological disorder that creates stiffness throughout the body, greater sensitivity to noise and emotion, and often leading to muscle spasms. The disorder is so rare that 1 in 1 million people are diagnosed with the disorder. A person diagnosed with stiff person syndrome affects how an individual walks on a day-to-day basis, but that's not the only thing it affects.
It's like all of a sudden I don't know what's happened and my whole body will go into spasms, and my neck will start going like this and that, and I'll start getting a severe headache. The minute that I wake up, what's really hard for me is like, how am I going to get through another day of doing nothing but spinning and in pain and no way to turn.
The road has been a little rocky since her diagnosis, simply because some doctors just don't know much about this disorder.
Don't let anyone tell you what your gut instinct is telling you and your body's telling you. You hold on to that and you fight for yourself.
Matthew Juronsik, ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Well, meanwhile, the South China community has rallied together after learning that a community member is recovering from serious injuries following an accident. Remy Pettingill was transported to Maine Medical Center on Friday after he and 3 other young people were involved in a car crash. Remy's family updated community members on his condition, saying Remy is heavily sedated in an effort to allow his body to rest from a surgery. South China community members are now sending well wishes to the Pettingill family.
For us to come together and make it very clear, we're not coming together for mourning or grief. We're coming together in hope. And we're coming together with optimism to put as much of our prayers and positive energies towards Remy's recovery.
The 3 other people involved in the accident are now back in school. China Middle School and Erskine Academy are now working together as gift cards drop-off locations, as a gift card drop-off location to support the Pettingill family while Remy remains in the hospital. To learn more ways to support the family, you can visit foxbangor.com.
Well, the time now is 6:13. After the break, the Bangor Public Library has some major plans in regards to how they spend their American Rescue Plan Act funding.
We'll have the details as Good Morning Maine continues.
Spectrum Internet delivers with faster speeds nationwide. So there's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum. Now get Spectrum Internet and you could get advanced Wi-Fi and a Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line free for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/reveal today to see your best offer. It's easy. Put in your address to reveal a special limited time offer designed just for you. Spectrum Internet offers speed and reliability, while advanced Wi-Fi gives you best-in-class security and privacy for all your connected devices. And Spectrum Mobile delivers unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide 5G included. Switch now to get a special offer on Spectrum Internet with advanced Wi-Fi and 1 line of Spectrum Mobile Unlimited free for 12 months. To get this special limited time offer, call today or visit spectrum.com/reveal.
At Living Innovations, we build community. You can be a part of it. We put supporting people first, and that builds a caring community within our workforce and for the people we serve. Living Innovations supports people with disabilities and has flexible work opportunities available. You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit livinginnovations.com and check out our employment and home provider opportunities. Become a part of Living Innovations and be part of a community with a purpose.
The Bangor Public Library has been approved to receive $341,000 in American Rescue Plan Act funds. The library plans to make some improvements in an effort to keep staff safe while helping individuals experiencing crisis. AJ Douglas has the story.
We're a zero barrier space. Anybody can walk through the door, and we never say, like, okay, well, what are you in the library for today?
The director of the Bangor Public Library says the library should be a safe space for everyone. But in recent years, patrons' repeated outbursts and occasional criminal activity must be addressed.
We've had people who have used illegal drugs in the bathrooms, including overdosing in the bathroom.
You know, the library has been a de facto warming shelter for a number of the homeless, and in order to react to that, the library really needs to get the manpower in there to help.
Penobscot County worked in collaboration with the city of Bangor to approve grant funds in a way that would address those issues, which includes hiring trained professionals for certain situations.
The goal is to really have that social worker be able to support people who are in crisis by referring them to some of the many services that are in the area.
The library will hire an additional staff member plus a trained social worker, as well as install additional security cameras to extend reporting and monitoring services. The future social worker employee would hold a 2-year contract.
People love the library. People come to the library for different services, and I think long term, everybody's goal is for the number of people who are homeless in Bangor to be reduced.
The library should receive its ARPA funds by the end of the month, and staff plans to advertise for the social worker position in the coming weeks. In Bangor, AJ Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
Well, January is Firefighter Cancer Awareness Month. According to the Firefighter Cancer Network, cancer is the leading cause of death among first responders since they are exposed to structure fires, wildfires, vehicle fires, and other toxins while on the job. Brewer Deputy Fire Chief Eric Turtelot says they are taking steps to limit the exposure to cancer-causing agents for the 19 firefighters on staff.
We provide a second set of turnout gear so they're still in service to go on the next call while their gear is being cleaned. Here in the station, like that yellow hose here, we capture the exhaust from the apparatus, so we're not exposing our folks to the diesel exhaust from the trucks.
Turtelot says cancer screenings are also available to firefighters inside the department. Such a big problem for so many years. I know some fire stations actually have special washing machines just to get rid of all the stuff that gets on their gear when they're going out fighting fires. So,
I know, it's kind of coming from all angles. The nature of fireproof chemicals is just carcinogenic in itself.
Full of chemicals.
Right,
and,
PFAS. I know our Jody Hersey did a story on it a few months ago, but I didn't know that. That's really frustrating. And diesel, too, I didn't know that either. That's carcinogenic.
I've known a few firefighters over the years who have died from cancer. You know, it's such a huge problem. It's nice they're paying attention to it now.
Right. Well, the time now is 6:19.
Time to get a full look at our weather forecast.
All right, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Dense fog is what we're waking up to in a few spots this morning, sending visibilities down to about 1 to 3 miles according to Bangor and Bar Harbor. There are some advisories up, some dense fog related in the northern ends of the state, but we also have winter weather advisories in effect until noon on Thursday for these counties highlighted here because of a wintry mix that will also be moving in, as well as a small cat advisory that's also up until 4 p.m. as we head towards your Friday along the coast because of high surf expected there. And then there's that dense fog advisory outside of our viewing area that drops at 7 a.m. this morning. Otherwise, here we are. So we do have some rain that's been developing, maybe some snow further off towards the north. We'll keep the rain going this morning, but as the morning progresses on, we'll get this rain out of here. We'll remain mostly cloudy and maybe a few breaks in the clouds from time to time, too, as we're watching a system right here that continues to track off towards the east. So here's a general idea of where the system is currently at. We might get some breaks in the clouds as we head towards the afternoon period. So here's Futurecast here, getting all the morning precipitation out of here. Here's that break in the clouds right there during their afternoon period. Then by the evening, the clouds move back in. A wintry mix moves in yet again as some rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow. So we'll have to watch for all of that, though, especially as we head towards later on tonight and in parts of Thursday morning. Maybe a little bit of a break in the precipitation, but more of it will pick up yet again as we head towards later on Thursday evening and also in parts of Friday morning. So we'll need to watch this pretty closely. As for the longer term, though, as we head towards Friday and Saturday, waves of snow will continue to be possible. We'll have to wait until Saturday night for the final wave to move through. This one won't be as strong as temperatures will also be above freezing, so some of this may also fall as rain. As for snow accumulations, here's the general idea. Most of us, though, not a whole lot, maybe a few inches in our neck of the woods. You have to go further to the north to see just a little bit more. We had to watch things closely. Some areas further off towards the north, you can see about 5 to 7 inches of snow. Lesser amounts further down toward the south. So moving forward for today, lower 40s, some morning rain showers. Otherwise, mostly cloudy with that north wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. As we head towards tonight, lower 20s on the way. Wintry mix on the way, so rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow with that northeast wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Moving ahead towards tomorrow, upper 20s. That wintry mix will change over to all snow, maybe some breaks from time to time. The northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Here's a look at your extended forecast. So by Friday, more snow showers on the way. Highs in the lower 30s. We're in the upper 30s on Saturday with a slight chance for snow showers, otherwise mostly cloudy. And mostly sunny on Sunday. Highs in the mid-20s.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
Leona May's Antique and Gift Shop is now open in Newport. Our unique building is a converted 1800s single-family home that we've given a new life to. A home for treasures, from antiques, collectibles, unique gifts, and so much more. Come make the rounds throughout the many rooms on all 3 floors as you wander back in time or find a unique gift that's perfect for that special someone or that hard-to-buy-for relative. So come visit us today. Leona May's Antique and Gift Shop, 147 Main Street, Newport.
Now what? You say it when things go wrong. At Prudential, we think you should say it when things go right, too. Like when you score your dream job, sell your business, or discover she's smart, really smart. Now what? Here's what. You connect with Prudential's rock-solid team serving over 50 million people with investment, insurance, and retirement know-how. Who's your rock? Visit Prudential.com or speak to an advisor today.
At GMA, our New Year's resolution is to help make you better than ever. So this week, it's all about you. Feel better, save better, live better than ever. Now, what could be better than that?
This is so good.
All this week on GMA.
The law.
I've been a judge for 40 years. Don't waste my time.
If you break it,
you didn't pay rent.
You'll pay for it.
It's my show. Nobody cares whether you have a personality or not.
Weeknights at 5 on ABC 7.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Welcome back, everyone. Republicans have taken over the House, but there's still no GOP leader in place as the next House Speaker because the party can't agree on who should hold the gavel.
Fox News correspondent Lauren Blanchard has a closer look at where things stand.
Kevin McCarthy needs a majority of votes with his name on it, but now rounds into voting, and his grip on the party is starting to slip. Patiently and then not. Newly elected representatives and their families waited through 3 rounds of votes for the Speaker of the House. Instead, the 118th House of Representatives adjourning Tuesday evening with no winner of the gavel and no one taking the oath of office.
I have the record for the longest speech ever on the floor. I don't have a problem getting a record for the most votes for Speaker, too.
The Republican Party's messy infighting spilling over.
The Republican dysfunction is what it is: chaos, crisis, and confusion along
with craziness.
Even the House clerks that have to tally all 434 votes each round started to grow weary.
My hand's starting to cramp.
A small group of Republicans say Kevin McCarthy is too close to the establishment.
If you want to drain the swamp, you cannot put the biggest alligator in charge of the exercise. I'm a Florida man and I know of what I speak.
In the first two rounds, 19 Republicans voted for someone other than McCarthy. In the third, 20 Republicans had jumped ship, rallying around Ohio's Jim Jordan, who himself supports McCarthy.
If you can't close this deal, at what point do members start looking elsewhere?
The House will return at noon Eastern on Wednesday to vote for a fourth time. What's unclear is if McCarthy will have been able to sway any votes by then. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
Well, meanwhile, a steady stream of people continue to visit St. Peter's Basilica to pay their respects to Pope Emeritus Benedict. Thousands lined up in the pre-dawn hours in Rome, and thousands more are expected today at St. Peter's Basilica, where the body of the retired pope is laying in state. The former pontiff served 8 years before stepping down in 2013 because of declining health. He passed away Saturday at the age of 95. The Vatican announced his funeral on Thursday will be similar to that of a reigning pope. Pope Francis will preside at Benedict's funeral before a crowd that Vatican police say will number in the tens of thousands.
A new variant of COVID-19 has emerged in the U.S., and according to the CDC, it's spreading quickly across the country. Fox News correspondent Jonathan Sari has more from Atlanta.
The new COVID variants we've been warned about for months are finally emerging, with one quickly becoming dominant. It's called XBB 1.5. The CDC says it now accounts for more than 40% of cases in the U.S. That's up almost 100% from just a week ago. It first emerged in Asia, driving a big spike in cases in the fall. But doctors say there are no indications it's more harmful than earlier versions of Omicron.
They've seen it in Singapore and India before. They've had a lot of infections, but hospitalizations did not go up very much. So we don't think it causes more severe disease.
The troubling trend comes as the U.S. is set to join a growing list of countries implementing COVID screening for travelers flying in from China. Public health officials say it's in response to a massive surge there, prompting a new warning from the Chinese Foreign Ministry.
We are firmly opposed to attempts to manipulate the COVID-19 measures for political purposes and will take countermeasures based on the principle of reciprocity.
And as the country braces for a post-holiday spike in COVID, flu, and RSV cases, public school students in some cities, including Philadelphia and Boston, are being asked to mask up for the next 10 days, hoping to stop the spread before it becomes a new surge.
I'm just concerned about it because I've heard I know 3 people that already got sick and they're coughing and everything.
The CDC says early data suggests the new COVID vaccine boosters offer strong protection against the new strain. In Atlanta, Jonathan Sari, Fox News.
Well, now it's a rescue being called a miracle in Northern California after a crash on a notoriously dangerous stretch of coastal highway. But we're learning this may have been no accident. Here's Andrew Dimbert with more.
This morning, the passengers of this mangled car somehow are alive after their Tesla plunged more than 250 feet off the side of a cliff south of San Francisco.
We come out here, unfortunately, all too often for things like this, and this was nothing short of a miracle that they survived.
Police say 41-year-old Dharmesh Patel was driving along a dangerous stretch of coastal highway known as Devil's Slide when he purposefully drove off the cliff, sending the car flipping several times before landing on its wheels just steps away from the ocean. In the car with him, police say, were his wife and 2 children, ages 4 and 9. A dramatic rescue playing out as 3 helicopters and more than 30 rescuers scrambled to reach the mangled vehicle.
We had 300-foot ropes, and we just about maxed them out to get down to those people.
Rescuers pulled the children out of the back window and brought them up the cliff in a rescue basket. The adults suffered more serious injuries and had to be hoisted up the cliff by helicopter. Incredibly, all 4 sustained non-life-threatening injuries and were taken to a local hospital. Police say Patel, a doctor at a Los Angeles hospital, will now be charged with attempted murder and child abuse. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Boy, just horrible.
Yeah. Still to come here on the second half of our show, the Irish Heritage Center in Portland has received millions of dollars of funding. We'll check out what they plan to do with the funds.
That and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Hello, Maine. This is Steve McKay. It's a wintry mix out there, but pockets of orange are standing out against the white blanket of snow throughout the state. Next Home Experience is listing and selling homes just like yours. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience.
Finding the right vehicle for you and your family can be a daunting task. At Varney Buick GMC, our expert staff is here to make the journey as painless as possible. Our goal is to get you and your family in a vehicle that will best fit into your lifestyle. Communication is key, and our team makes sure to be completely transparent throughout the process, informing you on all of your options. Come experience Varney value, only at Varney Buick GMC.
Are you looking to have some fun, including soaring on Skyrider, the ultimate indoor zip line? Well, come over to Urban Air, Bangor's #1 birthday party destination, located at the Airport Mall. Urban Air has gravity-defying attractions for all ages, including our Warrior Course, trampolines, enormous arcade section, and climbing walls. Call us today to schedule your birthday party. And don't forget, we have endless play memberships available as well. Urban Air, let them fly.
If you should die, that is nature's way of saying you've failed.
Fox tonight, 16 celebrities.
I want to be broke and I want to be tested.
Fight! Go! Will try and survive the military's toughest training.
Just facing all of my worst fears here.
4 won't last the first episode.
I don't care how rich or famous they are, they will play by our rules.
The can't miss 2-hour premiere of Special Forces World's Toughest Test, tonight on Fox.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Wednesday, January 4th, 2023. I have to get used to that.
Me too.
Today is also National Spaghetti Day. How about that?
I heard a lady at a restaurant yesterday. It's funny that it's National Spaghetti Day today because I overheard a staff member at this restaurant say, "Oh, spaghetti will be my death row meal."
Right?
Like, what?
Every now and then I'll just get in the mood. I need to have some spaghetti.
I love spaghetti, especially if it's homemade sauce.
Right.
Even if it's just stuff from a can.
Yeah.
Maybe some freshly grated parm
You can
on
doctor
top.
it up yourself. Yeah.
It's great, all the ways.
I'll have to have some spaghetti this week.
Yeah, it's easy and cheap too. Well, on this day in history, in 1915, the first elected Jewish governor took office in Idaho. His name was Moses Alexander. And in 1947, Emilio G. Segre and Carlo Pierer announced technetium, a previously unknown element, and the first artificially synthesized chemical element, meaning that it was not naturally occurring. They found it. And technetium is considered the lightest element whose isotopes are all radioactive. This element is used in medical, diagnostic equipment, and studies.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Well, on this day as well, in 1962, the first automated subway train in New York City came into use. And in 1970, Walter Cronkite ends hosting his weekly documentary. Go ahead.
And today is Isaac Newton's birthday, who was born on this day in 1643 in England. He was a mathematician, a physicist, an astronomer, theologian, and author, and also an alchemist, with many alchemists at the time having interests in things like finding the philosopher's stone, a substance that allegedly could turn ordinary metals like lead and iron into gold. He was secretive about experiments involving alchemy for obvious reasons, recording some of his research even in code. Newton had a keen sense of diplomacy as well, being quoted as saying, "Tact is the knack of making a point without making an enemy." I like that quote a lot.
All right.
Yeah.
Moving on to weather now.
You don't like Isaac Newton? You don't want to talk about him?
It's just a bunch of stuff there. Yeah, I caught some of it.
Okay.
I was thinking of other things.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
The
weather, though, what comes up must come down.
Right. That's true. I'm like in a fog today. I've been kind of ill the last couple of days, so I'm just sitting here
I know, and I'm poking fun at you.
know
It's
how
not
you get,
helping.
You're just kind of...
Yes.
I got up and I put my pants on today, so I'm feeling pretty good.
There you go.
You know?
Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
But the weather, I mean, it's going to rain for some of the morning, and it's going to turn even yuckier tomorrow.
Yeah,
so.
and if you're up in northern Maine, looks like some more snow heading your way.
Yep. Devin Biggs has the forecast.
All righty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. We made it over to Wednesday. We're waking up to some dense fog in a few areas this morning, especially in the Bar Harbor and Bangor area. Here we are waking up to some areas that are less than a mile of visibility in some areas, especially further off towards the north. We do have some advisories up. Winter weather advisories actually up because we're going to be watching another wintry mess that'll be moving in. These advisories will expire at the noon time frame as we head towards your Thursday, with a small craft advisory up until 4 p.m. on Friday. And just in the northern parts of the state this morning, outside of our viewing area, there's a dense fog advisory up near the Presque Isle area, so they're dealing with some fog as well this morning as for us. Otherwise, though, we are seeing some precipitation moving in, some rain this morning. We'll keep that going for a while, but the rain will be backing off as the day progresses on. We will remain mostly cloudy, though, but maybe a few peaks of sunshine as the clouds break out from time to time. But the general idea here with this system is rain this morning. We'll catch a break. Then another wave of moisture moves in later on as we head towards tomorrow. As for the winds, not a big deal at all, mainly at around 5, maybe up to 10 miles per hour, but more gusty winds on the way, especially as we head towards your Thursday along the coast. So again, moving forward, here's Futurecast to get all this morning precipitation out of here. By later on this evening and early Thursday morning, our next round of precipitation moves in with a wintry mix possible with other areas that will see mainly snow across these parts. But moving forward for this morning, the afternoon period, some rain early on, otherwise becoming mostly cloudy, maybe some peaks of sunshine. Temperatures reaching for the 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. The Irish Heritage Center in Portland is getting millions of dollars for repairs. The building will receive $3 million in federal funds for a full restoration, including masonry, required weatherization, and repairs to the roof. The center was once the St. Dominic's Church, and the board chair says donations over the years have helped the center thrive in the nearly 200-year-old building. Part of the work includes repairs after the bell crashed from the tower in 2006. The center says Congresswoman Pingree and Senators Susan Collins and Angus King helped secure the money.
It's nice to see. I saw them do a similar thing to St. John's Church here in Bangor. It's those old brick buildings. They're so beautiful and part of our history.
Absolutely.
They had to go in and do an extensive renovation there. It was kind of neat to watch them over the months. Actually, it took them a couple of years to do that.
I'm not surprised. I'd like to see the roofers in action working on that one. That's
better
scary.
than me, you know.
I'd be scared just looking at them. Well, still to come here this morning, Tyler Cruz and Ryan Sudol will have your latest with local sports.
We'll be right back.
It's time to start planning that new home or garage you've been thinking about. Hammond Lumber Company is here to help, offering complete building packages with everything you need. With several options on their website and thousands of unique plans in their in-house drawing catalog. Hammond will help you make your dreams a reality. Choose your materials from Hammond's extensive showroom displays, and Hammond will deliver your order from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Start planning your new home or garage at Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
When Rowell's Garage in Dover Foxcroft wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Rowell's Garage has been serving customers in the greater Dover Foxcroft region since 1946. Our goal is not just selling you a vehicle, but also giving you quality service to maintain your vehicle at peak performance.
If only there was a place in the morning to start my day. With a smile, somewhere to help me get in the know. Oh wait, there is.
Good morning, America.
GMA 7A. Now that's how you start your day.
You just came at me screaming.
I don't think so.
Well, you weren't there. You didn't see the way he was acting. He was acting like a lunatic.
A wrong-way driver in a trailer park.
Tell me what he said to you.
To turn around.
He said he was the park manager.
Right. I inched forward and told him he needs to move out of the way.
Then the wheels really came off.
As a result of that confrontation, he dented the hood of your car. What did you expect him to do?
Move.
Next, Judge Judy.
Wednesday at 5, only on ABC 7. Put a little more cash in your bank. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. By now, you have all seen the clip, some scary scenes from Monday Night Football with Bills safety Damar Hamlin collapsing due to what the league has now said was a cardiac arrest. Hamlin is still in critical condition But NFL Network reported earlier on Tuesday that he is now only on 50% oxygen, so an improvement from Monday. But ever since the injury, there has been ample support from in and out of the football community. A GoFundMe for his annual toy drive Hamlin puts together has now reached nearly $5 million in donations. All 32 NFL teams have adopted a picture of Hamlin's jersey with "Pray for Damar" written on the nameplate, and several Patriots players voicing their support on social media. And as we said earlier, the football became secondary at the moment on the field on Monday, and the life of a young 24-year-old man is now in the forefront of everybody's minds. All right, let's move on now. Let's hit the ice. Maine men's hockey was back out this weekend, kicking off the second half of their season. And after ending the first half with 4 straight wins, it was a less than ideal start to the final stretch of the year. Ryan Sudol has more.
The last time we talked to Maine men's hockey, the team was apprehensive about their 2-week-long break.
You know, it would have been nice not to have the break at the time we did, to be honest.
That's because the Black Bears were on a 4-game win streak, and that momentum came to a halt. It showed this weekend as they went winless in 2 games against Colgate.
That probably wasn't the smartest thing for scheduling wise for me, and that's on me.
Some of us needed a break a little bit, rest the body, but rest isn't rest if you're not resting as far as stretching and active resting. And some guys might have just stay on the couch and not do much.
Regardless of how players may have spent their breaks, it yielded a 5-2 loss in Friday's game against Colgate. Coach Ben Barr gave his team an F.
We have to have a real high intensity level. We got what we deserved. Colgate played much harder than us on Friday night, and we weren't good enough in any aspect.
Saturday's game ended in a shootout loss. Despite that, Barr considerably upped his grade, but not without critiques.
More of a B or B minus, actually. Like, our execution was still not very good. At least our effort was better, and we gave ourselves a chance to win. When our effort's good, we're in every game.
Their need for that effort is getting vital. After this weekend's series against Anchorage, it's all conference games from there. As for how they can improve, the Black Bears are honing in on battling with the puck.
If we're not ready to win our one-on-one battles in the corners and on the walls and that kind of stuff, we're an average team. So that's what we have to get back to in order to be successful.
And the Black Bears will look to flex their muscles in this weekend's series, their first home games in over a month.
I'm excited. Just having that Alphon atmosphere, it's going to be totally different. I think we're going to have everyone on our side here.
The fans that come to every game, we really appreciate those guys. So I'm just excited to play in front of these guys and hopefully give them a show that they'll like.
Reporting for ABC 7 Fox 22, I'm Ryan Sudol.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Looking forward to see what they can do back in the Alphon this weekend. All right, let's head to some high school sports now. A big night of basketball on Tuesday. We will start in Brewer with the first across-the-river battle of the year. Bangor girls took home a 65-30 victory, so we'll go to the boys now again in Brewer. Packed house for this one, fans from both teams showing out. We'll start in the second. Bangor down early, but they are fighting. They get the steal on the full-court press, and Ryan Ford gets the bucket for the Rams. On the other end now, in the nose of the defense, Brock Flagg nails the long-range jumper for Bangor. Nice pass here from Caden Thomas is going to find Matt Holmes. He finishes for 2, but after that, it was really all Brewer. A 3-point bucket here from Evan Neto in the corner. He buries that one, and then it's Brock Flagg. Nice pass here to Cam Hughes. Hughes connects, and then on the fast break, you guys know this guy. It's Brady Saunders from Hughes. He's going to take it in for the lay. Brewer wins big, 86-29 is the final. All right, let's head down to Newport for some girls action. Lawrence Bulldogs visiting the Nokomis Warriors. Let's start in the end of the third. Lawrence Allison Higgins into Hope Bouchard, who gets it to Lily Gray. She hits a sweet turnaround jumper. Lawrence leads after 3. Fourth quarter, Lawrence with an errant pass. It gets tipped around, picked up by Nokomis' Cameron King. She goes coast to coast, takes it to the hole for 2. Midway through the quarter, it's Hope Bouchard again. She brings it up, kicks to Elizabeth Cromit. Cromit nails the corner jumper. And then check out this full court pass from Hope Bouchard to Brianna Poulin. She knifes her way through the Warrior D, lays it in off the glass. Poulin the high scorer. Bulldogs win it 49-38. Now let's move on to the stable for the last game of the night. Hampton Academy Broncos They are looking to rebound. They're hosting the Blue Devils from Lewiston. We'll start this in the second quarter. Neck and neck here. Deion Jackson is going to take it to the hole, and he gets the bucket. A big second quarter for Lewiston. Defense coming through now. Jabril Holloman gets it and flies to the hoop on the fast break. I thought he was going to dunk that one. The Devils would finish the half on a 15-1 run. Isaac Shannon with the bucket here. Nice tough jumper to go. Gets the shooter's roll. Hamden would fight back in the second half, though. Landon Gabrick is going to get the ball here off the triangle offense. He knocks down the fadeaway jumper, but Lewiston was too much. They'd win it 49-41. That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Comfort shoes and more will make winter easier. Next Grip men's and ladies' boots feature cutting-edge technology to make walkways a breeze. Corkers are made with interchangeable soles to conquer the roughest winter conditions. Navitec with the flip it and clip it spikes make you confident no matter what the conditions are. Bruce McDonald's trained podorthist will make sure the fit is perfect for you. See why thousands of people have trusted Comfort Shoes and More for all of their footwear. Take the drive today to Comfort Shoes and More in Newport.
Did you know that an alpaca item is the most wish-listed gift idea? Stop searching for that perfect gift and start shopping for it at the Blue Alpaca in Belfast. It doesn't matter who's on your gift list, the Blue Alpaca has something for everyone with an incredible selection of alpaca socks, hats, sweaters, even stuffed animals, and more. Shop in-store or online and take advantage of their free nationwide shipping. Too much to choose from? Don't worry, the Blue Alpaca also offers gift cards. The Blue Alpaca, feel the difference.
I would like to spin the wheel. We are winning it to be in it.
No, that's not it.
Big money, big money, big money! That's how you spin the wheel. This week is the readathon.
And this belt's staying with the champ.
Who wants to wear a big belt anyway?
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Actor Jeremy Renner undergoes surgery after suffering blunt chest trauma and orthopedic injuries from a snow plowing accident. A rep for the Avengers star said Renner remains in critical but stable condition, adding he's in intensive care. In the statement, the rep thanked the first responders and the outpouring of love from his fans. The accident occurred Sunday outside Reno, Nevada, near where the Hollywood star owns a home. Local authorities confirmed Renner had to be flown by helicopter to a nearby hospital. He was the only person injured. The police are investigating the accident.
And we've learned a little bit more about that today. I'll just kind of let you know that he was run over by the snowplow. He apparently was trying to help one of his family members. He was digging them out from the storm, and he got out, and at some point the plow started moving, and he ran to try to get back up in the cab, and he fell down and he got run over.
Wow.
So that's what happened to him. But he has posted a picture saying he's on the mend, and
so
he's thanking his fans.
He's cognizant enough to do that.
That's about all he could do. But anyway,
that's good news.
Brings you up to date on that. I'm a fan, so hope he recovers soon.
Right.
Meanwhile, new concerns for small business owners as some lawmakers push for a ban on the popular TikTok app. Politicians worry the social media platform is being used to spy on Americans. But some business owners say the platform is bringing them big success. Fox Business Network's Hillary Vaughn has the story from Capitol Hill.
The time for using TikTok on government-issued phones is ticking down.
This is a safety and security threat to the American people. The Chinese Communist Party is our #1 national security threat, and they are harvesting all of that information.
As some lawmakers continue pushing for a total ban of the platform over fears the Chinese government could use the app to track Americans, new concerns for some small business owners for whom the popular app has become a powerful marketing tool.
If something like that were to happen, it would greatly affect small businesses across the country.
Online card shop Sparks of Joy Co. founder Callie Goodwin was quarantined in her new home, unable to locate cards or stamps. She created her own, and a week later she had a business. A social media strategist by day, she turned to TikTok.
Or you could shop small and purchase from me. All my cards even come pre-stamped.
Goodwin says she sold over 20,000 cards in the last 2 years. 90% of those sales are from TikTok, something that would not have been in the cards had that video not gone viral.
TikTok is the best one for reaching people that don't already follow you. And so it makes it perfect for reaching potential customers who never would hear about me otherwise.
It was a similar business boom for Kelsey Campion. The chief sequin officer at Fringe & Co. was looking to get the word out about her wearable fun fashion brand when Mardi Gras was canceled during the pandemic. She posted a video of a sequin caftan in June of 2021.
Oh, Lord.
And she says it changed everything overnight.
We went from, 500-600 web visitors a day to 22,000. Watching the sales on my website was wild.
With over 1 billion people on the platform worldwide, Elizabeth Gore with Hello Alice, an organization dedicated to supporting small businesses, says TikTok remains a vital and cost-effective tool for getting more eyes on smaller brands.
You could never pay for something like that, right? That's what really gets special is people fall in love with founders and entrepreneurs. And that, to me, levels the playing field with the big companies.
And experts say any legislation banning TikTok would impact millions of small businesses. In Washington, Hillary Vaughn, Fox Business.
Very interesting arguments on both sides. Investors kick off the new year following the worst 12 months for stocks since 2008. The TikTok ban debate moves from Washington to Main Street, and Tesla misses its delivery target. And how adopting cute kittens can score you free flights. Fox's CJ Papa has today's Fox Business Briefs.
Wall Street kicks off trading in the new year. The world's major stock markets are coming off last year's big declines. Traders continue to fret over what further actions the Federal Reserve might take to cool decades-high inflation. Forecasters are expecting job gains to weaken in December. Traders are hoping that could encourage the Fed to scale back its plans for more rate hikes. The move to ban TikTok has migrated from the federal to the local level. The Rapid City, South Dakota City Council is set to consider banning it from municipal devices and networks. The effort is being led by a councilman who calls TikTok a security threat. Even though Tesla sold 1.3 million EVs last year, the number fell short of Elon Musk's pledge to grow the company's sales by 50% nearly every year. The company surpassed the record 936,000 vehicles sold in 2021, but that number is far shy of the 1.4 million needed to reach that 50% growth target. And Frontier Airlines giving away vouchers for free flights to those that adopt a kitten. 3 kittens named Delta, Frontier, and Spirit are up for adoption at a Nevada-based animal shelter. Frontier is offering 2 vouchers for those who adopt Spirit and Delta, and 4 for Frontier. That's business. I'm CJ Papa.
Want a little kitty?
Yes, but I would rename it.
Would you?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't like those names.
No.
All right, before we move ahead, one more check of our forecast. Looks like a messy day ahead for folks up in northern Maine. All of us will get a little taste of it later on in the day. Here's Devin.
All right, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Dense fog is what we're waking up to in a few spots this morning, sending visibilities down to about 1 to 3 miles according to Bangor and Bar Harbor. There are some advisories up, some dense fog related in the northern ends of the state, but we also have winter weather advisories in effect until noon on Thursday for these counties highlighted here because of a wintry mix that will also be moving in, as well as a small cat advisory that's also up until 4 p.m. as we head towards your Friday along the coast because of high surf expected there. And then there's that dense fog advisory outside of our viewing area that drops at 7 a.m. this morning. But otherwise, here we are. So we do have some rain that's been developing, maybe some snow further off towards the north. We'll keep the rain going this morning, but as the morning progresses on, we'll get this rain out of here. We'll remain mostly cloudy and maybe a few breaks in the clouds from time to time, too, as we're watching a system right here that continues to track off towards the east. So here's a general idea of where the system is currently at. We might get some breaks in the clouds as we head towards the afternoon period. So here's Futurecast here, getting all the morning precipitation out of here. Here's that break in the clouds right there during their afternoon period. Then by the evening, the clouds move back in. A wintry mix moves in yet again as some rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow. So we'll have to watch for all of that, though, especially as we head towards later on tonight and in parts of Thursday morning. Maybe a little bit of a break in the precipitation, but more of it will pick up yet again as we head towards later on Thursday evening and also in parts of Friday morning. So we'll need to watch this pretty closely. As for the longer term, though, as we head towards Friday and Saturday, waves of snow will continue to be possible. We'll have to wait until Saturday night for the final wave to move through. This one won't be as strong as temperatures will also be above freezing, so some of this may also fall as rain. As for snow accumulations, here's the general idea. Most of us, though, not a whole lot, maybe a few inches in our neck of the woods. You have to go further to the north to see just a little bit more. We had to watch things closely. Some areas further off towards the north You'll see about 5 to 7 inches of snow, lesser amounts further down toward the south. So moving forward for today, lower 40s, some morning rain showers. Otherwise, mostly cloudy with that north wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. As we head towards tonight, lower 20s on the way. Wintry mix on the way, so rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow with that northeast wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Moving ahead towards tomorrow, upper 20s. That wintry mix will change over to all snow, maybe some breaks from time to time. The northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Here's a look at your extended forecast. By Friday, more snow showers on the way. Highs in the lower 30s. We're in the upper 30s on Saturday with a slight chance for snow showers, otherwise mostly cloudy. And mostly sunny on Sunday, highs in the mid-20s.
Having a floor that fits your lifestyle is something we take for granted. It's not just about picking the right style and color. It's about so much more. Whether you live near the water, in the city, in the woods, have pets, or even kids. Here at Don DeKel Maine Wood Floors, we will help you choose a floor that you'll not only love, but a floor that will last. With quality name brands like Maine Traditions, Hallmark, Fusion, and so much more. Buy from the best, forget the rest with Don DeKel Maine Wood Floors.
What I've learned over my 17 years in pharmacy is that every medication has a potential to affect every person differently. That was evident with my own mother. The medications were hindering her ability to think quickly. It did feel a little premature to stop driving, but it was the right thing to do. My message to Mainers would be never doubt the potential side effects. Talk to a loved one about your ability to drive safely.
At Living Innovations, we build community. You can be a part of it. We put supporting people first, and that builds a caring community within our workforce and for the people we serve. Living Innovations supports people with disabilities and has flexible work opportunities available. You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit livinginnovations.com and check out our employment and home provider opportunities. Become a part of Living Innovations and be part of a community with a purpose.
You bet your life. We're big talent. Teams up to win big.
Weekdays at 10 on ABC 7.
Bad guys don't knock.
I got a bad feeling about all this.
Where are you headed?
I got something I need to take care of.
The start of January brings in the new year with a call for new blood donations during National Blood Donor Month. If you've been on the fence to donate blood, reconsidering could help save someone's life. The Red Cross says that someone in the U.S. is in need of blood every 2 seconds. People who need blood could have just underwent a surgery or had a major injury. Donating usually takes up to 10 minutes of your time, and you'll only feel a little pinch of pain. Most donation centers even reward donors with snacks afterwards so they can prevent dizziness. But the big thing is you can walk away knowing that you helped somebody that day.
Right.
And you never know. It might be you, it might be somebody in your family that needs it down the line, too.
Absolutely. Good point. I think my blood type is the universal one, so I
There you
need
go.
to. Yep.
Hey, we're about out of time. Thanks for joining us. We'll continue broadcasting on Fox 22. Good Morning America is next here on.
Even though Dorsey Furniture is known for our vast collections of quality home furnishings, sometimes we like to venture into the forgotten passageways and dark corners of our enormous warehouse to mine the odd nightstand, forgotten sofa, orphaned love seat, or the elusive discontinued mattress. Meanwhile, our sales manager and not the bean counters smash the original retail prices into tiny fractions of themselves. Dorsey Furniture, black tag sale going on now.
After my accident, I needed help.
I was looking for information online.
Then I found it.
JoeBornstein.com.
Get help now at JoeBornstein.com. From your smartphone or desktop, here in Maine, the law offices of Joe Bornstein is as close as your fingertips.
The consultation was free and confidential.
In person or online.
They believe your case is worth more. Call Joe, the law offices of Joe Bornstein. Maine lawyers working for Maine people.